Really? Really, Lincoln? I mean, come on, brother. I enjoy grilling you, but you're making this way too easy. As once again, Lincoln Riley will go down in history in college football, at least outside of LA, as the jackass that keeps on giving. As once again, he's made some pretty jackass type comments. And today we're going to have a double scoop of grilling, as we're going to have two grill masters at the helm, as Jonathan Lewis is going to join us to help us grill old Linky boy. But before we get to all that, we're also going to give you the Four Horsemen shout-outs. And the Four Horsemen shout-outs today go to Justin Goss, Sean James, Mike Happy, and Fred Bagley are mounted up and saddled up and ready to go. And they're going to help us with today's college football invasion. And if you want to get your badge and get deputized like them, as well as possibly be a random Four Horsemen shout-out, and possibly even be the comment of the day, which is coming later in the show, all you got to do is hit that join button next to the subscribe button. It's not $2.99 a month. That's just 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the Outlaw. Now, let's talk about it. Well, look at what we have here. Old Lincoln Riley done opened his mouth again. So today, because I'm getting tired of grilling all the damn time, my damn hands are tired, man. This guy's been on my radar just about all summer, it seems like, man. He's just making this way too easy. Jonathan brought up a segment for me, a little clip that I just couldn't believe he said this shit. So I said, man, I'm gonna have to give everybody a little something different today. I'm gonna have to give him a double scoop of grilling. We're gonna have two grill masters in here today. We got to bring two sheriffs in here. I have to have backup for this shit, man.
This is like, I've heard some delusional stuff, bro. But this one takes the cake, and I cannot believe this video is not circulated through Twitter yet. But yeah, I think that people are gonna love this. So, are you ready to start the video now?
Oh yeah, go ahead and let's just go ahead and throw that gasoline on that fire in the back.
All right, guys, sit down as you hear this.
You see kind of some of the recruiting success that programs like Oregon, Ohio State have had, and the strength of their collectives, what they're doing with NIL right now. What is kind of the long-term vision and plan for USC to be able to compete with the top of the Big Ten Conference when you look at the success that other programs are kind of having around the board?
Yeah, well, we are at the top of the Big Ten Conference. I mean, we're at the top of any conference. I don't ever look at ourselves below anybody. I never will. Listen, 2 years ago, look where Ohio State and Oregon were 2 years ago. Look what they took over. Look what we took over. It takes time. I'm not a magician. I can't wave a magic wand and everything just be perfect right away. But find one area that we had to make progress. So this thing's got momentum. It's coming. Nothing's going to stop it.
What?
That's fine. They started at a different point. We'll see where it ends up.
What? Is he coaching the same football team that we've been watching? I don't know, man. I'll let you start this off.
So I do want to point this out. It includes the NIL collective, because what they're saying is, how do you compete in the Big Ten, not just in football games, but as NIL collective as well? He still says, though, this is hard to grasp. This is hard not to get irritated by. You never won the Pac-12. Where was Oregon 2 years ago competing for a Pac-12 championship? Am I missing something here?
Where was USC 2 years ago? Not competing.
I'm very confused on what he's talking about. Where was Ohio State 2 years ago? Ohio State's been competing for a Big Ten championship. Yes, they lost to Michigan. They're a really good football team year in and year out. They're very consistent. You went 7-5 last year in the regular season.
And he said something about momentum. The momentum's there, really?
You don't win 11 games and then win 8 games and talk about momentum while you're going into a tougher conference, while your recruiting is slipping. And all of national media is talking about. It's not just the stupid Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith anymore. Josh Pate made a rant on this, talking about you got to do better in the NIL collective because you're slipping in the NIL collective. And then you're going to talk about you're in the top, not just the top of the Big Ten, but you would be at the top of any conference. Bro, the delusion that is on in this man is something I have never seen before. And talking about I'm not a magician. This is some Deshaun Foster first year type shit. Talking about, well, in case you don't know, UCLA is in LA. We know you're not a magician. We're fully aware that you're a coach. It's just I'm still waiting for the coach to appear in Southern California. I don't know what's that hell he's talking about.
When he makes that assessment and says he's not a magician, it's almost like he's saying, "Hey, y'all expect too much out of me." Like, look, dude, you're not a first year coach. You're not a coach that's never coached before. You was at Oklahoma. You honed your skills at a fellow blue blood program, and now you're at USC getting paid $10-11 million a year. Got a brand new house with 17 bathrooms, and you don't expect people to expect more. You can't be a magician. Nobody asked you to be a magician, man. Just show some momentum and progress, like you claimed it was there, which is not there. Now, that would be a magical trick. If you could show me the momentum from going from 11 wins to 8 wins, that's a neat little trick that a magician needs to show me.
Dude, this is the first time where I've truly been full out irritated at Lincoln Riley. These comments were blasphemous, like craziness. The amount of delusion this guy is now putting out to the media, it's wild. Right. So there's nothing else to say. Like, you can't claim to be at the top of the Big Ten in any conference if you can't win the Pac-12 and be at the top of that conference.
Well, he didn't just say the Big Ten.
Well, I know. That's why I said any conference.
That's what got me. And I'm not trying to be an SEC homer here, but I think this directly is from, and I think it sticks in his craw still, that Joe Castiglione, the Oklahoma athletic director, made the comments that he made about how excited all the coaches are at Oklahoma about going to the SEC. And he said, and those that were not excited, they're not with us anymore. And then he snickered about it. So we all know he was taking a shot at it. It was Lincoln Riley. And Lincoln Riley has that shit still sticking in his craw, obviously, because that comment by saying we're the top of every conference is basically saying that goes for you too, SEC. Even though he mysteriously up and leaves right when they're joining the SEC. He up and leaves and goes to Southern California.
And look, let's not pretend you didn't take half of Oklahoma with you when you went to USC. Let's not pretend you didn't have the #1 transfer portal class and you were immediately expected by the media, correct? You're making over $11 million a year over that, right? So $110 million contract, $6 million house, $500,000 over market value houses that were bought from USC in Oklahoma. All this adds up. Unlimited private use of a jet, right? So this is over $11 million a year. Let's not act like there's an expectation connected to this contract. Once again, people want to forget about. There is. And to sit there and talk about momentum and improvement when each year you've gotten worse in recruiting, each year you're getting worse in the transfer portal class, and each year it's looking less impressive on what you're doing. And then to talk about it's pretty cool that you have defensive coordinators interested in the USC job. It seems like he's not ready for the USC job. It seems like he stepped into a position and was just not prepared. He's not ready to step up to it yet, apparently.
Well, I mean, the whole magician thing it just absolutely caught me off guard, man. I'm like, nobody expects him to be a magician. No. They just expect you to be a head coach and expect you to do your job, man. If you're getting paid that much money, then you need to show results. And to say that he's in rebuilding, it's like you just alluded to and just pointed out. You could have said that if you didn't steal half of Oklahoma's offensive team. If you didn't go in there and take the Heisman Trophy winner away from Oklahoma, you can't come in there and say, "Oh, we're rebuilding and shit," because everybody has graduation, everybody has players leave, man. And then you come back with the Heisman Trophy winner and only go 7-5. That's a little ass backwards, ain't it?
So Lincoln Riley put his foot in his mouth when he got to USC by saying one thing: we expect to compete for Pac-12 championships right away. You can't say that and then say, why is the expectation for me to compete for it? You can't say that on day one, I'm here to win national championships and we expect to win and compete for Pac-12 championships from year one, and then turn around and say, why are you expecting that from me? Because you're the one that opened your stupid ass mouth and made the expectation of it. And now we're holding you to it, and you get a little butthurt and you want to call people out, try to call people out on it. Sorry, it doesn't work for everybody else.
I just had to bring you in here for that, man, because when I first heard that, man, when we were doing that after the live stream last night, I'm like, wow, man, I wish we could have put that on a live stream last night. That would have really stoked the fire a little bit, for damn sure. Because to say that you're at the top of any conference when you couldn't even win a conference that's now extinct, it's just, like you said, man, the oblivion, and I'm just awestruck. I didn't really know he was that damn stupid, man, but he obviously just, I don't know, man. I think he's struggling, and he can't own it, man.
He's grasping at straws, as like you like to say. He's hanging on any way he can at this point.
All right, brother. I'm going to go ahead and give the comment of the day real quick. The comment of the day comes from Mad Dog Mike. He says, leave it to USC to trade one con man for another. Laughing my ass off. That's a short and to the point comment, and that's in regards to the Big Ten Media Day takeaway live stream that we did when we was talking about basically USC talking about bringing in con time Deion Sanders to replace Lincoln Riley. So, I mean, if they do that, man, and I don't like Lincoln Riley because of stupid shit like this, but honestly, I think Lincoln Riley is even a better coach than con time Deion Sanders. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. In case you guys don't know, Stephen A. Smith and these guys and Paul Feinbaum went on a rant talking about Deion should replace basically Lincoln Riley as USC's head coach. So, yeah, that's all I got, man. I just can't believe it.
All right. If y'all don't mind, there's a little heart down here at the bottom with a little money dollar sign in the middle. If you want to smash that, throw a few dollars in the coffers for us, keep the lights on. Also, you can join the Outlaw Policy for $2.99 a month. That's 75 cents a week. It's just a half a bottle of water, as Jonathan so aptly pointed out with Bidenomics. And then there's the big four, and they're all free. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. So give them your catchphrase, brother, and then we'll get out of here.
Well, as always, neckbeard out.
And KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.